this lesson, we're going to look at a PDF file that actually doesn't work effectively, and it was a challenge for me to go through the file to tag it up. But I used my wit and was able to do it. Sometimes when you're working with PDF files, you discover that not all PDF files are created equal. And in this lesson, we're going to cover how you can auto tag or manually tag this particular file, and that there seems to be internal hindrances to what we want to do. And so before I go into the next video, you'll understand why I had to change this PDF file into another PDF file so that I could actually make the markup work. Here we have this journal article, and the text has already been recognized. As you can see, I can highlight it. But there are no tags, so if I come over here, you'll see no tags. What I could do is I could come to Tools, scroll to Accessibility, and then click Auto Tag the document. And when I come back to Tags, you'll see there are tags. However, there are no heading markings. There's no H1 tag. So if I click here on this paragraph, it actually selects the H1, what I want to be the H1, the title of the document. And so each bit of text, and not all the text is marked as text. It's like, what happened? So there's probably something internally wrong with the document. And I'm going to show you that even further when I manually mark it up. So I'm going to do a revert for this file, and I'm going to go back to the top of the document, and I'm going to use the order and come over here to show reading order panel. So there's the reading order panel, and I could take and draw a box around this and make this an H1, and I have to mark each individual piece of text a text. And you notice here that I have an H1 tag showing up and then a P for paragraph, and the same with this one. This will be a paragraph, and we get the P, and then the keywords would be a heading 2, and the text underneath it would just be text. And the markup is showing up. And this is good. This is what I want. I want this markup. So I'm coming down here to the page number, and instead of marking that up as an image, I'm going to mark it up as a heading 6. That makes it easy for people with screen readers to navigate using the headings. I'm going to make this introduction a heading 2, and the text afterwards a text like that. And then this is going to be the page number, even though it has the author's name. I'm going to make that heading 6. Now this text on the side, I'm going to make that a background artifact. Now the first 2 pages have marked up really well, so let's try it here on the 3rd page and see if we're going to continue getting our markup to look properly. And notice when I clicked on this paragraph, it didn't give me the gray box and the P. And so it seems to me, after working with this file, that there must be something internally wrong with the way the PDF file was originally created. And it isn't worth the time of day to go through each page and painstakingly try to show you how this works when it's not working as it should in Adobe Acrobat Pro. So I'm going to go and take this file and start over again and do the text recognition in Omnipage. So I open up Omnipage. Now we're going to go back to that original PDF file that we were trying to mark up, and we're going to open it in Omnipage, and we're going to make the selection of text with Omnipage, and we're going to change the entire formatting of the document with Omnipage. So I'm going to click here on Load File, and I'm going to scroll down to the file that we're working with. And the thumbnails for the pages show up here on the left. Now I'm going to close out this start page. Now these are the pictures of the text, and I'm going to make my selections using the tools over here. So I have the page image, the text editor, the help panel, and then the thumbnails. This is the current layout of the window, and I can minimize the content and maximize the content to make it easier to select things over here with these two tools. And I can select text or tables or graphics, and I can also select text like this text going up like this. This is the one I would use. And actually I'm just going to skip that. So each individual page in Omnipage, and I'm not going to continue the video to show you all of it, but I'm just going to show you the basics. So we can remake our PDF file that was made by some software. I have no idea what it is, but it apparently didn't make it so that I can mark it up effectively. So I'm taking the T tool and selecting the individual pieces of text that I want. And I'm not going to worry about the headings. And each time I finish a page, I come over here to Automatic. Now, frequently it will pop up this proofreading page, and I'm just going to ignore the proofreading page each time it pops up. So each page you will come to, you will select the columns of text, and you want to do this in the order that they are going to be read, and then click Automatic. So I'm going to pause the video right now and finish this up, so then I can show you how to save the file. Alright, I finished markup of the 20 pages, and before I go and save it, I'm going to show you how to make sure that you're not missing anything. So I have the page image all marked up for each one of these, but what I need to make sure is that I converted them to text. So it's very easy to forget. So you just click on the thumbnails and look in the text editor to see if there's a blank screen or not. That's the way you do that. When you finish with your document and you made sure it's all correct, you're going to click on this third button, Save to File. And the format that I'm going to choose is PDF edited. This is under Files of Type, and I'm going to save it back on my desktop, and I'm just going to call it Sample for PDF Markup. And it's going to convert that into a PDF. And I'm going to close out Omnipage. All right. This is the PDF file we made with Omnipage from the document that we're having trouble with. And this time we're going to go ahead and go back to our accessibility tools and run the AutoTag and have it go through the document. And you can see, unlike the previous document, we're able to get a structure. And that is what we were intending on doing in the first place. So here at H1, we're already at the title of the document, which is what we wanted. But then it marked up this as a heading. And so I don't want this as a heading. I just want it as a paragraph. And it's very easy to change it. The first way to change it is just to get your cursor on the H4 and type a P. And that's a pretty simple way to do it. If you decide that any of the heading levels aren't what you want, like I would want this to be H1 and this to be H2, you can also bring back your order panel, show reading order panel, and you can select it like that, and you can make it a heading number as you want. And if you remember earlier in the video, I was having trouble with the content being marked up properly. And you can see there are still times where I need the content to be something other than just a paragraph. So I can again come back to the reading order panel, and once it's selected, I can make that a heading as well. And so this was a big challenge working with this file, being that we did not know what had created it. And when we got done looking at it, we realized that I would have to go above and beyond the call to fix it manually. It wasn't allowing me to do that. But with the reading order panel, I can mark the page numbers, and everything's working fine. And that's what you and I were trying to accomplish in this lesson.